In this video I'll share tips for puppy crate training you can use every single day for the upcoming years. These tips are also relevant to you if your dog already loves the dog crate. Hey, my name is Robin and I'm the owner of the website puppybee.com, and I've written 4 puppy training books. And all 4 books have different topics. So you have potty training, crate training, puppy biting, and the last one, puppy separation anxiety. And I've written these 4 books in cooperation with over 30 well-known dog trainers. And you can find my books on Amazon as an ebook and paperback, and you'll receive the audiobook for free if you buy them. So in my book How to Crate Train a Puppy, I compare the principles of losing weight with crate training a puppy. And you may wonder what these things have in common. So let me explain myself. So suppose you want to lose weight. You stick to a rigid diet regime and you go to the gym 3 times a week. So after you reach your intended weight, it is crucial to stay at that weight level, right? So if you revert to your old eating habits and stop visiting the gym, you will have to start over very soon. What I want to point out is that the importance of turning your healthy gym and diet routines into your new lifestyle. Holding on to your intended weight requires persistent effort. So the exact same principles applies to puppy crate training as well. So in the first stage of training, you invest a great deal of energy in your puppy's crate training. You make sure there are regular positive surprises and you serve its meals in a dog crate. You use all kinds of techniques that help your puppy feel secure and at ease in a dog crate. Did you reach your goal? Does your puppy head for its dog crate on a regular basis? Well, that's great. Still, it doesn't mean you have completed its crate training. To draw the comparison again with losing weight, once you have reached your intended weight, you will need to stick to your healthy diet and gym routines to maintain your ideal weight. The same thing applies to crate training. Once you've reached your goal with your puppy secure and at ease in the dog crate, a few techniques should be used on a daily basis. So eventually these techniques will develop into routines with no need to invest additional energy. You just stop thinking about them. So what techniques should you practice with your puppy on a daily basis to make it view the dog crate as its own private space? So one of the best and easiest techniques is handing your puppy treats in the dog crate. Direct the puppy to its dog crate and treat it to a bone to gnaw on or whatever else your puppy loves for a snack. As your puppy ages and grows completely used to its dog crate, you no longer need to hand it its dinner in the dog crate. You can gradually stop doing this. Start by feeding your puppy in its dog crate once every 2 days and then gradually reduce this frequency. At some point you will feed your puppy in its dog crate once every 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days and so on. In the end you can stop feeding your puppy in the dog crate altogether. You should still keep up the habit of handing it snacks and treats in the dog crate though. Keep providing positive surprises. Every now and then drop a few tasty treats in the dog crate when your puppy isn't watching. Then whenever the puppy happens to walk by the dog crate, it will see or smell something yummy. This technique takes very little time and effort, and after a while you will simply develop a habit of putting a few nice treats in the dog crate every now and then. If there is one particular toy that your puppy just loves, then direct your puppy to the dog crate and hand it its favorite toy. So this calls for the next question, which is, should there be toys in the dog crate of your puppy? Is it a smart move to hand the puppy a toy without adult supervision? The simple answer is no, it's not smart to leave a puppy alone in its dog crate with toys unsupervised. Remember that no toy is indestructible. That is why you should always pay attention when your puppy has a new toy. Many puppies, as well as adult dogs, have a tendency to wreck toys. They can chew with serious force, making them capable of biting pretty much any toy into pieces. And once they do, they tend to swallow parts. And this leads to the risks of parts getting stuck in their throats, which is a serious choking hazard. And speaking of chewing on toys, make sure to get durable and tough toys for your puppy to chew on. You can check out these toys called Super Chewers from my partner BarkBox. They are durable and super tough. I'll leave a link to these super chewers in the description below. Of course, when you see that your puppy destroyed a toy and tries to eat it, you will act immediately. But what will happen if you're upstairs folding the laundry without knowing what is going on? In addition, contrary to adult dogs, puppies are highly unpredictable. Your puppy may be playing by your rules right now, but there is no guarantee for what it will do 1 hour from now. Still, adult dogs aren't exactly saints themselves. They can break toys with ease too. I have this dog toy at home with safety instructions that read, "You are responsible for your dog's safety. No dog toy is indestructible. Therefore, you must always pay close attention to whenever your dog has a new toy, until you are certain that your dog can play safely with it unattended. Remove all packaging before use. Do not use if damaged." So I find the part that goes, "until you are certain that your dog can play safely with it unattended," particularly interesting. It implies that supervision is no longer necessary once the puppy can play with it safely. But how should we interpret unintended here? Does attended mean keeping a close eye on a puppy every single second? And does unattended mean being close by without having to watch your dog all the time? Or does it mean you can leave your dog at home with its toy in the dog crate? So the fact that this is not clearly stated on the package says it all, really. The manufacturer simply doesn't want to be responsible if anything goes wrong. And that makes perfect sense. To be blunt, no dog toy manufacturer will tell you it's okay to leave your dog alone with the dog toys they make. They can't guarantee that nothing will go wrong. So compare a dog to a baby. You simply can't explain to either one why swallowing toy parts can be extremely dangerous. So your best alternative is to make sure your dog is physically and mentally exhausted whenever you have to leave it alone for a few hours. This makes your dog more likely to go to sleep. This will prevent the dog from getting bored, so you have no reason to keep it occupied with toys. More on that in my book, How to Prevent Puppy Separation Anxiety, The Ultimate Guide, in which I discuss several ideas to give your dog a sense of satisfaction before leaving it alone. So if you don't own a copy of this book yet, you can buy it for yourself over at my website, puppybee.com, or directly at Amazon. So a similar question is to whether or not it is smart to feed a puppy in its dog crate without adult supervision. So this question is very similar to the earlier one regarding toys in a dog crate. The only difference is that here our subject is food. Here too the straight answer would be no, it isn't smart to feed a puppy in its dog crate without adult supervision. We can add a subtle distinction here though. Some types of dog food are more dangerous than others. So bones, for instance, may break into splinters, or they can get stuck in a puppy's mouth or throat. That is why bones involve greater risks than regular dose of puppy chunks. So this doesn't mean that puppy chunks are completely harmless, however. Puppies may choke on their puppy chunks if they get greedy and swallow them the wrong way. So a tip for greedy puppies, give them a special bowl designed to prevent puppies from wolfing down their food. So it's called a break fast dog food bowl, and it has 3 plastic bags in the bowl that the dog has to eat around. Here you see such a product. I'll leave a link to this product in the description below. But this food bowl is not my main point here. My point is that it would be safer to stay close by whenever your puppy is eating. It really isn't that much of an effort to wait a few minutes until your puppy has finished its chunks. Dogs will usually empty their bowels in a matter of minutes. If you take this into account as you plan ahead, it's not a big deal, really. If you know that you need to leave the house at 7:45 a.m. for instance, just feed your puppy at 7:30 a.m. so you can wait for it to finish its breakfast. So it's understandable for you to want to teach your puppy that the dog crate is the place to get tasty treats. But ask yourself whether now is the right moment to do so when you're about to leave. So I intend to make you aware of the risks associated with toys and food in the dog crate. All in all, my advice is don't do it. Of course, the choice of whether or not to feed your puppy in the dog crate when it is alone is still completely your own decision. Well, there you have it, a few crate training tips for your puppy for everyday use. Before you go, make sure to check out my other videos. I've covered a wide range of topics here on YouTube related to puppy training. I'll leave links to these videos in the description below. Also feel free to check out my 4 puppy training books for a complete step-by-step plan. And you can find them on my website or directly at Amazon. Lastly, make sure to check out my partner Healthy Paws Pet Insurance so you can save up to 90% on your vet bills. Yes, 90%. And check out the Super Chewer toys for durable and Super Tough toys for puppy biting. I'll leave a link to both Healthy Paws Pet Insurance and the Super Chewer toys in the description below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to click the thumbs up button and the subscribe button. Also, leave a comment below this video if you have any questions for me. Take care, bye bye.